Rise up, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, kings and queens, friends, frenemies, and you agents. My name is Brother Mali, and this is the Senegambia One channel. I'd like to welcome you because today we're having a conversation about the scammer, the Senegalese scammer of the year. I mean, there are scammers, there are thieves, and then there are scam artists. So we're going to have a little discussion about that so you can see what he did and what you could be looking out for to make sure that you're not going to end up in the same situation, all right? So who is this master of the scam? How does he cast his net out and let people know about who he is? And how could you make sure that you don't get caught out? Okay, so there is a guy called RJ Mahdi. RJ is a very nice young man. The first time I saw him, he was on a live with Tariq Nasheed. I didn't know him at the time. It was the first time I've actually set eyes on this guy. And he's on the line with Tariq Nasheed, and as you would know, Tariq isn't pushing black people going to Africa, you know? So he's like trying to clown RJ as he talks about his Return to Africa project. But RJ just keeps it very kind of cool, calm. He laughs off any kind of jokes that Tariq has, and he calmly and coolly explains how you can invest into Africa and you can make money back out of Africa. And that is an opportunity for wealth without you having to do the dashiki stuff that some people think is required along with it. He's very personable. He's very unassuming. So you think that everything is fine. Now, his access to as many people as possible to let them know about what he does is by going on as many different podcasts as possible, as many different influences as possible. So he's with Dias Demir, you know, he's on a podcast with Wanda Maya, and here with Phil Scott from the Africa Diaspora channel. And here he's with Brother Bro Mani. So he's done the rounds, like he's just charmed everybody. I see a video that came out last year from Brother Bro Mani talking about RJ. And this is what he said.
We're calling out cowards like RJ Mahdi, that fake Atlantean that lives in Senegal, him and his wife, scamming my folks. You know what I mean? Y'all think that's all sweet until I run up on y'all with my crew. You know what I mean? I'm coming for all you cowards. All you cowards who want to play games, want to take advantage of my business and my people and take advantage of them. I'm coming for y'all. RJ Mahdi, you and your fake Africa for Africans. Copying what we have right here as Africa for the Africans. You know what I mean? Your little bootleg slogan, your little cute little light-skinned little midget boy. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna shut your punk ass down. You know what I mean? You know, one of my tour members told me about how you sold him some fake investments in your fake ass Akebelong, city that you're building. You know, because you saw me building Black Star Pan-African community, and your punk ass want to copy. But the only difference is, family, we actually have land in Black Star Pan-African community, 15 and 60 acres. We actually took you there. We got people living there, people building energy there. So I'm telling people, hey, don't invest in these people unless they show you something tangible. And I'm talking about that, you know, that little cute little light-skinned midget RJ Mahdi in Senegal who think he's about, business and about black power. You mess with the wrong person, but I sat down there and did an interview with you in April 2021, and then you used that against me. And while we there doing that interview, you're licking your chops and seeing all of my investors and my business people. And you know I'm not trying to do anything in Senegal, so I guess you figure you just route them your way. You know what I mean? And I already sent you a family of 5 people that you disrespect, and I'll put them in a raggedy ass apartment and things like that. I'm talking about you, fool, RJ Mahdi. We got you, boy. I'm coming for you, boy. I already got my people in Senegal and Gambia looking for you. We're gonna hunt you down like scam hunters do. We're gonna hunt you down like the criminal and the degenerate that you are.
So in no uncertain terms, Romani was talking about how not only has he taken the name convention that they were using over there in Ghana, but also he's brewed over friends of Romani. So there's obviously upset, and but just one person making a complaint and making threats online doesn't really mean anything. However, I then get a message come on to me from WhatsApp.
Good evening. My name is and as you may know, I am a former member of the Exodus Diamond and Exodus Ground Group, facilitated by Made in Africa, Mahdi Media, and Alekabulan Developmental Group. My husband and I recently filed a complaint with the police here in Dakar against these entities and ownership regarding disputes over monies given but not accounted for. We know we are not the only victims. We also know we can't fight this battle alone. We are asking anyone who has similar complaints to reach out to our attorney.
So I'm like, okay, well, 2 people, all right, that's probably just janky business. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's stealing from people. It doesn't mean that he's a scammer. Then there's more. So there's a brother I hear about from the States who has spent $60,000 with RJ for some land. Turns out the land doesn't exist. That brother's gone with no money, no land, no paperwork, nothing. Another couple who live up the road here. They lost $30,000 with RJ. And there's another couple. Then there's this sister here. This sister I had recorded in a previous video about RJ. And she spoke about the thousands of dollars that her family was lost from investing with RJ as well. So there is definitely a pattern emerging of this man going around using people's trust and naivety, or a naivete, as they say here in France, as they say here in Senegal, they say in French. Is using the trust and the naivety of people who are trying to come over here to his advantage and to their disadvantage. So they don't know what to not know. And all they can do is trust this brother who, to all intents and purposes, looks like a very trustworthy young man. And they give him 100,000, 30,000, 60 grand to go invest in their future on their behalf. I have a friend, lovely sister, and she's part of a consortium who are looking to invest in different African countries. If you can hear my son in the background crying, don't worry, he's with his mum, he's fine. So she goes out and looks to speak to the same RJ Mahdi, and finds out, and says, okay, they could do business. So I say to her, look, pump your brakes, wait a second, hold on, wait and see, because there's this person unhappy, 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 and this person unhappy, all for the same reason. They send money, the money's gone. She's like, no, he seems cool with me, so okay, fair enough, go ahead. So she goes ahead and does what she has to do. That was about a year ago. And then literally like a few days ago, he sent out this memo.
Good day, Exodus Club members. Today we set out on a journey to find peace in an environment that complements our cultural identity as African people, a place that adds value, yet where we could also bring value as well. At the time, our journey was our own, and we simply documented it for others, perhaps to find inspiration. With that opened an entire new world of attention and support. Whenever we were called to assist, we obliged. When we were invited to attend, we did so. Whenever our people needed a bridge, we were it. The Alkebulan City project was born out of that duty of service, a step towards creating and collectively developing a space of our own as returnees in Senegal, West Africa. Many of you came to our aid as soon as we announced our plans, stepping up to the plate and lending your time, energy, and resources to see the project launched correctly. We made significant advances, brought on talented team members, signed major government and professional contracts, and laid out a 100-year plan to develop 2,500 acres of prime Sahelian real estate, the intended future home of more than 20,000 families. It is with disappointment that we announce that we are finally turning a page from this project and lending our focus elsewhere. The decision was made nearly, wait for it, 2 years after a treacherous and counter campaign was led against us with the intention of disrupting the progress we made with our Alkebulan. Saboteurs outside of our organization collaborated with our traitorous infiltrators inside our organization to intentionally disparage the project and discourage public support. A sabotage much like the one endured by the Honorable Marcus Garvey when he laid the foundation of the Great Return to Africa over 100 years ago. It's important to point out that when these claims of fraud and mismanagement were presented against us in the court of law, they were found to be false and were found not guilty by 3 judges of the highest court in the land. Even with the disgruntled complainants continued their baseless campaigns to disparage us, working around the clock to destroy pertinent partnerships and resources that held the project together. Ultimately, we have decided to move on, rather than to draw the situation out further. We accept our responsibility and commit to closing this chapter with the same noble intentions we opened it with. We thank those who have been loyal and dedicated in this project, and we pray that you'll find the peaceful place in your dreams in the motherland. For those who have contributed to this project in the form of land reservations, we have already begun refunding some of your contributions and will continue to do so until all contributed refunds are returned. We are committed to finalizing this return within 18 months. You're having a bubble, mate. If you've made a Alkebulan land reservation and are seeking a refund, please send a copy of your reservation certificate and invoice or proof of payment to the alkebulanteam@gmail.com, and we will handle your return accordingly.
It looks like as though he's stopping. He's not going to do this grift anymore. He's not going to do this grift anymore. Not here anyway. Maybe he's going to go to another country. Maybe somewhere else. Greener pastures. Maybe he's going to go back to New York and just, work in Safeways or something.
Light-skinned little midget boy.
I don't know. Oh, when I sent that memo to that sister, she said she hadn't spoken to him for a while, and she was very upset because she had no idea that this is what he was doing. So he's very good at compartmentalizing his communication. One person he say, yeah, everything is good, everything is copacetic. And to another person, he's like, I'm out of here, bye. So we've got to be very, very careful. Now we've got to be very, very careful. We've got to be very careful about who we entrust with our hard-earned money. I know the money that you make over there in the West is hard-earned. I remember. I've been invited back by family members. Come back home, they say. And, life here is not easy. And I'm still not tempted to go back. Yeah, sister has like a number of people's hard-earned money that she's handed over now. Has to explain to a number of people where their money has, where their money has disappeared, where it's gone to. Now, the way that he does his work, there are a few things that he does which are very, very sneaky. Let me just say that word. There are a few things that he does that are very, very sneaky in order to be able to ensure he gets away with it. So the first thing is RJ Mahdi is not his name. It's Raymond or something. I can't remember what he's doing. Hold on. Let me put in the edit his real name.
His name is Rashad Grant.
Okay, you got it? Good. Put it there as well. Let me go this way. His real name. Okay, so that's the first thing. Secondly, when he's asking for you to send money over, right? So what he'll do is say, okay, look, you need to come over to the country to see your investment or see where you're going to invest your money. So when you send the money over to Senegal, don't send it to me, send it to yourself. And then when you get here in the country, you can pick it up, then we can go together and then hand over the money. We can do the business. So that sounds very good, but at that point, his name is not on the paperwork. There's no paper trail going to him. It's you sent money to yourself, then the money disappeared, and you're blaming this person. And this person, the name you've got is wrong, all right? This guy's name is Roger, and you called him RJ. The third thing he does, he has other people there working with him, who he will say, okay, so send money in his assistant's name. His assistant will pick up the money, and then you are consider yourself paid. Here's a receipt. Now, the receipt is a very good thing. What he'll do is he'll put the receipt in a Dropbox or his Google Drive and send you a link to the Google Drive. All right. So he'll better say, look, I'll send you a email or a WhatsApp with a link to your receipts, so you have all your paperwork, information about your land and so on and so forth. That's cool. You think, great, okay. And then what he'll proceed to do is delete the items from the Dropbox or the Google Drive so that you can't actually get access to the paperwork when you are back in the States or back in England. So there are his tactics to ensure that he can work with you, take your money, and leave like it doesn't exist.
And like that, he's gone.
Okay, I know the Kaiser Sose comparison was a little bit much, but the point I was making, he didn't go to court and come out declared innocent. He went into this into this scam, pre-prepared. So when they would ask who is the person you're going up against, they have the wrong name. When they ask who did you send the money to, his name is not on the paperwork. Either they've sent it to themselves or they sent it to somebody else completely different. As you heard when Brother Omani was talking about his business, he was saying Africa is for the Africans, and RJ's one was Africa is for Africans. The WhatsApp message I showed you, that sister used a completely different business name. So we have different business names, wrong name of the defendant, no paperwork, paper trail to him. So it got thrown out. It didn't actually it got thrown out, it got dismissed.
The good news is that there are people here who do this work, and they do it well. And they do it without trying to steal from you. And they do it without trying to cheat you for some dumb reason. These are people who have proven themselves, who've got a track record, who you can get references from. These are things you need to do. So if you are considering doing business, investing, moving over to Africa, I'm talking specifically Gambia and Senegal, but this is regardless of where it is you go. wherever you go. So if you're going to be moving to Europe, if you're going to be moving into flipping the Caribbean, wherever you go, find someone who has a track record, who can be recommended to you. Find someone who's got references so you can ask people. Make sure the people that you ask are not local people. Ask other people who are new to the country, just like yourself, and ask them, like, is this person trustworthy? Do they work well with you? Do they communicate? Are they on time? Do they have any integrity? You know, those kind of questions. Find out for yourself, so you're not like these many people who have gone, that we looked at, who've gone through the dramas. All right, keep yourself safe. This is your brother Marley, and until next time, you take care of yourself. Peace.